Hey now, it's the Deadheaddaddy, and welcome to another exciting episode of Annotation of the Dead. Yeah, it's been a while, but let's just get right into new Minglewood Blues. Alright, groovy roommates, welcome back to the groovy room. I'm glad you're here hanging out with me. And like I said earlier, we're going to be discussing new Minglewood Blues. So, the history of Minglewood Blues is long and complex. You see, Minglewood was supposedly a mill town or lumber camp on the Mississippi River north of Memphis, where traveling musicians would perform. There is some dispute over the exact location of Minglewood, and any definitiveness is a matter lost in time. The original Minglewood Blues is either a traditional song that was written by American jug band and country blues musician Noah Lewis. Lewis recorded the song on January 30th, 1928 in Memphis, Tennessee with Canyon's Jug Stompers. Because the song is so old and came from such a little chronicled area of the country, the details surrounding this version of Minglewood are a bit hazy. Even with generations of deadheads and historians digging into it, the details are somewhat uncertain. However, Blair Jackson's book, Going Down the Road, relates the bluesmen and jugmen who lived during the era have gone on record saying that Minglewood was a box factory in Ashport, Tennessee. The aforementioned Noah Lewis was employed at this factory. Now Lewis, having broken off from the Stompers, then wrote a different song, recorded as New Minglewood Blues, loosely based on the earlier Minglewood Blues. This song, like the original, incorporates material from earlier songs and was recorded by the Noah Lewis Jug Band in 1930. The Grateful Dead performed and recorded two versions of the song. The first, released on their 1967 debut LP as New Minglewood Blues, and was performed through to the end of the 1960s. The second, officially released on 1978's Shakedown Street, was all new Minglewood Blues and was performed between 1976 and 1995. In total, the Grateful Dead performed the song 437 times. According to Jerry Bass, the Dead first performed the song live May 19, 1966 at San Francisco's Avalon Ballroom, and the final performance was on June 27, 1995 at the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan. The only resemblance between Lewis's Minglewood Blues and the Dead's songs were the title. The songs have very few lyrics in common. The title suggests that the Dead were aware of both Lewis's songs, and theirs were intended to be the next songs in the sequence, albeit tongue-in-cheek, I'm sure. The first version the Dead played was based on the 1930 Lewis song, hence the title used on the first Grateful Dead album. The later version, played by the Grateful Dead, was a reworking of their own earlier version and therefore also based on the 1930 version. The reworking of the song is reflected in the title used on Shakedown Street. The Dead stopped performing new Minglewood Blues in 1971. Then in 1976, after they returned from their self-imposed hiatus, they began playing all new Minglewood Blues. Only the first verse remained from new Minglewood Blues, and the rest of the song was completely overhauled. For Deadheads, the new Minglewood Blues title is used to indicate provenance of both versions of the song performed by the Grateful Dead and to adhere to common usage on set lists and tapes. Bob Weir has played it with most of his side bands, and it was also played by the new writers of the Purple Sage. The original LP credited the song to Deadheaddaddy, the pseudonym, of course, used by the Grateful Dead for group compositions. The name derives originally from a character in Kenneth Pratchett's Memoirs of a Shy Pornographer, although the name was possibly used by the Dead because one of the band members had a cat of that name. Later releases of the album credited it to Garcia, Weir, McKiernan, Lash, Kreitzman, and Traditional. The Shakedown Street version credits Traditional with Bob Weir arrangements. Now, just a little quick couple of notes about the lyrics themselves. As we know, Timbuktu comes up in the lyrics of the song. Timbuktu is actually an ancient city in the African country of Mali, historically significant as a stop on the Trans-Saharan Caravan Route. It was an intellectual and spiritual center for Islam through the 15th and 16th centuries. Timbuktu has acquired a reputation in the Western world as an exotic, mysterious place and serves as a stand-in name for any far-off place in the middle of nowhere. As we all know, in the lyric that starts with T4, Bobby would insert the name of the city where the band was playing, whether or not it actually started with a T. Again, never trust a prankster. As for my personal take on New Minglewood Blues, it actually was one of the very first songs that I really latched on personally for myself. I don't know, it just really connected with me in my early days as a Deadhead. I guess I liked the Bobby swagger of it and how it was just a rockin' tune. So even these days, 30 years later or so, it maintains its spot as one of my favorite Dead tunes, and I'm always excited to hear new versions of it. What do you guys think of this song? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. All right, I realize that a lot of people watching Annotation of the Dead could possibly be newer Deadheads that don't know. There's so much out there, they don't know where to, you don't know where to go. You don't know where to look for more details. So today's rabbit trail is going to be some of those resources. For those of you who have XM Sirius satellite radio, I'm sure you are aware of the Grateful Dead channel, which is currently, as of right now, free for the month of April 2025. So you still got a little bit of time to check it out. Lots of good programs on there. Of course, great music, hilarious and fun guest DJs. So definitely go check out the Grateful Dead channel on Sirius XM. One of my favorite things on the channel is Tales from the Golden Road, which is a call-in show that airs on Sunday afternoons from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is co-hosted by Gary Lambert and the great David Gans. For more information, you can go to SiriusXM.com/Grateful Dead to learn more about the channel and all of that jazz. I have been learning a lot of things listening to not just Tales from the Golden Road, but the channel as a whole. So I wanted to throw a couple more resources at you. One is Dead Shows, which is the ultimate proprietary mobile Grateful Dead concert search engine. It is curated by Stu Nixon and Mike Dugelstein. Forgive me for pronouncing that wrong. But both of them are of Deadbase. Dead Shows is a searchable, standalone mobile digital database of Grateful Dead concerts and allows Deadheads to search every single Grateful Dead concert by multiple criteria. If there's a way you want to search for a song, you can do it on Dead Shows. Dead Shows instantly returns a list of shows with setlists matching those criteria, and fans can explore further by digging even deeper via additional search criteria. You can learn more at deadshows.com, and of course you can download the app, which is available in the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store. Finally, we have Deadhead TV. Deadhead TV was an all-volunteer half-an-hour news magazine format TV show created by and for Deadheads. DTV aired monthly on cable stations around the country from 1998 to 1990. Clips from all 18 episodes are now available. You can visit dreamswedream.com for more information, and of course, definitely check out their YouTube channel. So lots of cool interviews on there. There's just being, in the lot, talking to Deadheads. It's just a fun time and gives you a glimpse of what the Deadhead scene was like during that period. All right. Well, before we wrap up today's episode of Annotation of the Dead, I wanted to throw out something kind of personal, a favor, if you will. This past Saturday was Record Store Day, and unfortunately I wasn't able to grab any of the releases, but that's life. It happens. But, as we all know, Dogfish Head, the makers of this brand spanking new juicy pale ale called Grateful Dead, is the official beer sponsor of Record Store Day. And in the past, they have put out some really cool posters for the day. Now, this year has completely blown me away. So I'm going to ask a favor. Anybody has one out there, I'd really appreciate it if you could hook me up with one of those. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't afford to buy one off eBay and stuff right now. But if you see one, you're feeling generous, want to hook me up with a poster miracle, that would be awesome, and I would appreciate it. Anyways, as always, I am always grateful when you visit me in the Groovy Room. I hope this episode of Annotation of the Dead has been entertaining and informative, and we're going to get right back on track with them here soon, just readjusting my life right now. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, maybe some details I screwed up or mixed up, feel free to comment on the video below. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, as always, I would really appreciate any likes or shares. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that will help me grow and help make these videos better. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for watching Annotation of the Dead today. I hope that whatever you have planned for the rest of the day, it's amazing. You have a groovy, great time. And as always, stay grateful.